Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay Will. So I wanted to give you a full review of the Xiaomi Mi Max 2. This phone has been absolutely awesome. So if you're looking for the phone, well, I'm actually using it to record this video. And I want to kind of start, I think I probably should start incorporating videos like this. And I could show you the device and do some fancy angles and all that stuff. But really, just to use the device and give you the review to me is pretty good. So this is the microphone on the Xiaomi Mi Max 2. This is the front camera. And I'm going to give you a quick, short, straight to the point review. Start with the hardware. The phone is a big phone. It has a 6.44-inch 1080p display with a 16:9 ratio. It also has a rear-mounted fingerprint reader. It has 64, I think it has 64 gigs of built-in storage. It comes in 32, 64, and 128. It's got 4 gigs of RAM, a Snapdragon 425, and it's got a 5,300 milliamp hour battery. The rear camera is a 12 megapixel camera with a dual tone LED flash, and it is just a big, awesome phone. And that's kind of no other way to say it. It's a big, awesome phone. I have had nothing but fun and pleasure using this phone. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to give you a full review and tell you that this phone is flawless, because I would be a straight up hypocrite or liar, and I'm not going to do that. But what I'm going to tell you is that the phone is big. The phone is not for everyone. If you have big hands and you like big phones, if you have small hands and you like big phones, if you like small hands, you like big. If you just like big phones, period, this is the phone for you. And reason being is for this: the hardware, top notch. If I had to explain to you how what this hardware was, think of the OnePlus 5T or the OnePlus 5, because I've had the OnePlus 5 jumbo size. Think of the iPhone 7 Plus jumbo size. That is what this feels like. It feels absolutely stunning and very premium in the hand. Now, the bad part about that is it can be way too big. This phone has a 6.44-inch display, so it is huge, and it's not a bezel-less phone either. So this is a huge, huge phone. So if you follow me on social media, I actually cracked the screen on mine after having it for about 4 days of having it. I was really upset because I like this phone. Now, a replacement screen is only $27, and I could replace it. But what I did was I just took a screen protector, and I took some of the adhesive from a White Stone Dome, and I used the UV light, and I fixed the bottom of the screen. And it's still cracked, but it's smooth now, and no more broken glass in there. So the phone fell about 3 feet and it shattered. And the weird part is the body of the phone is not damaged. There's no marks on this phone at all. It is absolutely nothing on the phone. It just cracked the screen. And that surprised me. But the phone still works. The digitizer, the glass is the only thing that shattered. But it didn't shatter very bad. It shattered bad enough though. But I fixed it and I moved on. So how is the screen? The screen is extremely immersive for watching video content. I did some serious YouTubing with this phone and some serious Netflix with this phone. I really enjoyed it, and I'm still going to enjoy it. I'm probably going to repair the screen. But the screen is massive. The phone is massive. The screen is beautiful. The quality of the display is not just big. It's actually a really good 1080p display, and I think you guys will really enjoy that. So the body of the phone is good. The display is good. This phone has stereo speakers, which I feel like it's just every phone can have stereo speakers now. One in the earpiece, one on the bottom. Earpiece, bottom. Earpiece, bottom. Do it. If you're not going to do an HTC boom sound, anyone can do dual speakers now. And this is a huge plus for this phone because, again, it is big and it's a media consumption king. So I bring these phones in and I talk about, how good they are. They're beautiful. This. What about cell phone service? The cell phone service on this phone, I can get, and you should probably get LTE with AT&T Cricket. Anybody that runs on the AT&T network, you should get LTE. With T-Mobile, you're going to get HSPA Plus or 3G or possibly 4G, depending on your area. Mine shuffled around those three right there. It didn't stay steady on 4G. It didn't stay steady on 3G, but the primary thing it held was HSPA Plus, and it did fantastic at that. I was still able to stream with no problems. It's fast. I was happy. and that was that. But on AT&T Cricket, 4G LTE all the way. Everywhere I went, LTE. Didn't lose service at all. I mean, I'm talking about it was good. So on that front, SMS, everything works. It's good. For the cell phone service, I think you're going to be really, really happy. Now, let's move on to battery, because this is important. This phone has a 5,300 milliamp hour battery. This phone went almost 10 days. I think it did. I'll have to add that to this video if I can remember. Basically 10 days and with like over 10 hours of screen on time, I think it was. That is good. I don't have a phone that can do that. This is my first phone that can do that. I don't know what else to say about it. It's my new battery king. It's my new battery king, and I'm super happy about that. So the battery life, great. I mean, it's pushing a 1080p display, but it's pushing a big 1080p display. So that's something to keep in mind. The cameras on here, well, I'm showing you the camera. The front camera is a f2.0 f2 aperture with a 5 megapixel camera on the front. The rear shoots in 4K with that 12 megapixel. So you're going to get stunning footage either way. And I'll show you the camera. I guess I'll show you the rear camera in this video as well. As a matter of fact, let's flip it around. All right, now here's the rear camera. Now the rear camera shoots in 4K, but I believe this phone is limited to 8 minutes of 4K shooting on the rear camera. I was shooting a video before, and I noticed it was chopping off at 8 minutes. So I said, okay, like 7 minutes and 59 seconds. So I think it's limited to 8 minutes. However, this quality of this 4K footage, I think is actually pretty stunning. But you know what? The phone, for performance, for the cameras, I think they're both really, really solid. Really good. This phone has great microphones too for the audio. It's really, really good. So, I think the last thing I want to talk about is the software. Now, inside this phone has a Snapdragon 625, which is a tried and true processor. And I've learned that it doesn't work well on every phone that it's on. I learned that with the T-Mobile Rebel. It's very disappointing on that phone. However, on this phone, it runs like a champ. The software on here is Xiaomi's Mi UI. And when I took this phone out of the box, it gave me an update immediately to 9.05. I forgot what it was. It was a stable version of their ROM, though. And I ran that ROM. I ran it down. I ran that one for like the first 5 days. I don't know how long I did it. But I eventually switched over to Nova Launcher because I wanted to see. I purchased Nova Launcher Prime like most people. And I wanted to see exactly how well Nova Launcher would run compared to the stock UI of Xiaomi. And the Xiaomi doesn't run as smooth in my experience as Prime, Nova Launcher Prime. I changed the icon packs, did little simple things like that. But overall, the performance on both is good. I think I might just like the look and the way I can change Nova Launcher Prime. But the Xiaomi skin, it isn't bad. It's pretty cool. The phone is running 7.1.1, I believe it is. It's a good experience. And, I just wanted to do the review like this instead of showing you the device and twisting it around, showing the hardware, and just doing stuff like that. I wanted to show you or talk to you about the things that were important to me, which is the battery, the build quality, the cameras, and the performance. So it has to perform well. It has to have really good cameras. It has to have a beautiful screen. The hardware has to be good. The software has to be stable. All those things checked out with me. The fact that this phone has stereo speakers and it has a fingerprint reader. I guess if I didn't like something, it definitely would be that the fingerprint reader is a little high. It's too high up on the phone for it to be such a big phone. And then also the phone is huge. So I would like I think the Xiaomi Mi Max 3 should be a bezel-less phone, and it's probably definitely going to be 18:9 ratio. But I need it to be bezel-less because this is a big phone, and they need to move the buttons down some. But other than that, I like the Xiaomi Mi Max 2. This is my new battery king. No phone I had can go that long. I went like a week and a half without charging it. That's ridiculous. So that's my full review for the Xiaomi Mi Max 2. I decided to go ahead and use the phone to record the video. I owe you that much. You've seen the phone before. But these are the microphones, this is the cameras, and this is my review. So it's your man Jay Will. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.